Slaves, free colored persons, mulatto, quadroon, octoroon, colored, Negro, black, and African American. These names were given to us by our government, not by our ancestors. Ancestor is any person from whom one is descendant. In law, the person from whom an estate has been inherited. You cannot inherit with these names. These names aren't telling you who you are or who you are related to. I'm not talking about last names. I'm talking about the names our government has given us so we cannot inherit. Don't let anyone tell you, you ain't black enough. All that does is causes division and confusion for someone who doesn't have knowledge of self. The name was given to us by our government, not by our ancestors. Don't let anyone tell you that you have a white person's name. That is false. Don't let anyone tell you that you speak a white person's language. That is false. If someone does, they are uneducated, incompetent, ignorant, and a degenerate. Look up the words. I guarantee it will define that person. If English is your only language, you need to know this. English began around 1550 and is still growing. The modern English language derives from Latin, Greek, Germanic, French, and 10% of all other languages. Let me give you a few examples of some borrowed words in English. Khaki is a Persian word. Punch, as in drink, ginger, thug, loot. These are words out of India. Pasta, spaghetti, and macaroni. Spanish words out of Spain. Some Native American words are raccoon, skunk, coyote. Hell, half of our Native American words are states. Zero, algebra, alcohol, cipher, and chemistry. These are Moorish and Arabic cultures, and you know who they were. The reason why I'm trying to get you to understand the words that we use in English is because when you believe you are these identities, you become the true meaning of what these words intended for you to be. I will say this again for the slow and timid. The reason why I'm trying to get you to understand the words we use in English is because when you believe you are these identities, you become the true meaning of what these words intended for you to be. Now let's talk about the only group in America that is legally represented by the United States Congress. Legally. This is the Naturalization Act of 1790. The Naturalization Act of 1790. This is when the United States Congress made all European immigrants and their descendants free from slavery and servitude. The term was called free white person. Now, what does white mean when applied to a nation and its citizens? The United States Congress applied the term free white persons, which means free in a legal status, to all European immigrants and their descendants, freeing them from slavery and servitude. The European and descendants have a status. It's called white, and they are protected by the United States Congress. Slaves, free colored persons, mulatto, quadroon, octoroon, colored, Negro, black, and African American. In this system, those names have no legal status when used in seeking justice. This is why there is no justice. You don't matter. The only word that's protected by law is the word white, and for whomever the government identifies as white. This is not about skin complexion. It is about law. It is not an emotional system. It is a legal system. So while you're sitting there arguing on the front line how black you are and how African American you are, the legal system is laughing at you because they're like, you ain't even protected by Congress. But we are. I'm not even hating on them because someone was looking out for them and they created a law to protect them. They was looking out for their own people. Message. The reason why your ancestors didn't get naturalized was because you can't naturalize a person that was already here. You only can naturalize an immigrant. So this is what Congress did. Now this is the kicker. The United States Census of 1790 came out at the same damn time. The United States Census Act of 1790. They divided up everyone into racial groups. White stayed white from 1790 to the present day and still going strong without a scratch. Protected by the United States Congress. Now, since 1790, the census has changed the language to the identity of whites only one time, in 1850. 1790, they started off as free white females and males. In 1850, they became white. Now, in 1790, you were called slaves. Then after that, you became free colored persons. Then you became mulatto around 1850 and black. Then in the 1900s, you say, oh, let's change these little niggas up and give them something new. Then you're mulatto, quadroon, octoroon, Negro, Negro descent, Negro and mulatto. I mean, this is crazy. And then you're Negro again in the mid 1900s. And then further down in the late 1900s, you are Negro or black or Negro. Now in 2000, you're black, African American or Negro. Now one may ask, why so many name changes for one class of people? It was created so you couldn't inherit what was rightfully yours. Land and opportunity was given entirely to the immigrants and their descendants, and still is today. And I'm not even hating. They looking out for their own people. Message. And you wonder why everyone has a country to go to but you, because you already at home. I'm not trying to tell you who you are or what you should call yourself. I'm trying to tell you that the names that our government has given us do not matter in our legal system and are not the names of our ancestors. The only name that is protected is the word white and whomever the government identifies as white, which is European descendants. If we do not change our thinking process, how we conduct business, and how we identify ourselves in our country, our children will be subjected to whatever the government wants us to do.